Assalamualaikum and good evening to my beloved lecturer and fellow friends. Firstly, I would like to introduce my group members, which are Muhammad Arif, Muhammad Iskandar Ikhwan, Nur Akmal Hani, Nur Alias Sabrina, and me, Nur Shahrina. So today, we will present regarding research proposal about factors that affect civil engineering student performance in examination. I will present the background of the research proposal. Every civil engineering student has the goal of getting the highest mark and passing the examination successfully. According to a 2015 American College Health Association National College Health Assessment Survey, 3 out of 4 college students has self-report feeling depressed, while 1 in 5 college students report stress-related suicidal ideation. There are common types of challenge which are mental, financial, social, academic. University students nowadays need to prepare themselves with independent living and good social communication to survive in the university environment. This will put more pressure on students to adapt to the new environment. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the coronavirus disease-19 is a major stressor that has led to a mental health crisis by American Psychological Association 2020. So that the change of face-to-face learning to online has a hard impact on students to understand the transition of studies. Civil engineering students will experience stress and have a hard on assignment for submitting their work, but they must seek help from their lecturers, faculty advisors, friends, and family to help them.
Alright, let us move to the next part, which is the problem statement of the study. Firstly, based on the article by Muhammad Adil Hafiz, S. Shakil and Sobia Jangsher, it has been written in the study that the performance of students could be related to the mental stress. This has been proven by the research that has been done using the EEG, which is the electroencephalogram, which is capable of testing the level of stress using brainwaves produced by a person. This EEG machine has been proven that the student performance is closely related to the level of stress, which mainly comes from the result of the time limitation. Thus, the result from the study by using the EEG can be concluded that the level of stress might be the major element that contributes to the inability of students to perform their best in the examination. Apart from that, the academic performance of students had been influenced by the lack of student-lecturer relationship, consequently in different ways. Okay, this problem has been proved in an article by Chinaza Uliana from 2020 in his study. This is because the study shows that the student-lecturer relationship actually affects the student's self-confidence. Chinaza Uliana also said that this problem might occur since the lecturer is hesitant to create the bonding with the student due to the tendency towards the student that to be misunderstood for being impoliteness among them. Alright, last but not least, the interruption of students' mental state that contributes to the anxiety, depression, rebellion, anger, and so on are as a result of the stay-at-home order during the pandemic, which is led to the problem that affect the student performance during the examination. Why? This is because this kind of problem will contribute to a decrease in student motivation to attend classes as face-to-face. As a result of online learning for a long period of time, students experience a serious mental health problem such as anxiety, which causes their social skills to decrease. At the same time, this can also cause students lack of focus in class, which is indirectly affect the performance in examinations. Alright, that's all from me for the problem statement. Let's move to another person. Thank you.
Let's move on to the objective of study. The first point is to identify the causes of students to unable perform their best in examination due to level of stress. This objective comes from the second problem statement, which is described about the level of stress and students' self-efficacy. Okay, the second objective, to analyze the steps in order to make sure students adapt to the changing of platform study. Okay, this objective actually comes from the first problem statement, which is about the students' mental health and the movement or the control during the pandemic. Okay, and the last one, to investigate the systems that can be applied between students and lecturer to increase motivation in student. This objective comes from the third problem statement, which is it describes about the lack of bonding among students and lecturer.
For the significance of the study, when we talk about this topic that we chose, as we know, students play a major role in this topic. So, for their own benefit, it is to help them improve themselves, improve their performance in final examination or any assessment throughout the whole semester. Then, for the next one, which is the civil engineering lecturers, it is to assist the lecturers to become more understanding person for the students by bonding them due to the situations that we had gone through, which is the pandemic COVID-19. Plus, they cannot burden the students with a heavy task. Then for the next one, the significance is the parents and friends. Parents and friends are the individuals that the closest to the students. They play a major role too, which is to motivate the students to become the best person, the best version of themselves. That might help. They also might help to reduce stress and anxiety of the students. And for the last one, which is the civil engineering faculty in UiTM Shah Alam, from this they're able to observe and study students' capability and difficulty in the course that able to help them pass through every semester.
Now, let us go to the next part, which is the limitation of the study. For your information, there are a few limitations that has been set in this study. This study only contains 30 questions that will be answered by the students in the survey. The sample size of the study only involves students from one faculty, which is from the Faculty of Civil Engineering, since these studies target students that take the civil engineering courses. Since the sample size of the study is quite small, so as I mentioned before, the survey will be consist only 30 questions for the student to be answered. So that this survey will not take a long time to answer each question, which is to ensure the accuracy of the answer question itself. Other than that, the survey will be distributed within 2 weeks to civil engineering students, so that the collected data is still new and fresh. Since the timeline for the whole semester is not suitable to be used in this.
Next, the previous study based on an article titled "Transition from Online to Face-to-Face Education." According to Junling Lee and Wan Yu Che from 2020, observation on academic performance decreased in lower grade, especially freshmen and sophomores. Show that academic performance was also affected by online open distance learning. From here, students need to find their own initiative to improve their understanding to avoid getting worse academic performance. While by Zhang 2020, because of stay at home and the turmoil created by the pandemic, some aspects that has risen concerns when the pandemic ends is student mental health. When the situation changes, students need time to adapt the surrounding in order to heal their mental health.
For the previous study, we gathered an article for one of the article, which is the academic stress and decreasing mental well-being of students. For the first research that we gathered is according to 2015 American College Health Association, 1 in 5 college university reported having suicide thought and depression emotion that caused by academic stress. For the second one, according to the Green ZA 2021, also, he stated that mental health display suffer as much as a result from academic stress, thus it can demotivate students to not pursue the success throughout the semester. As you can see, we can see that mental health of student is very important to pursue the great performance in examination and assessment. Now let's go on for the third one. Dr. Sam Belloc stated, he is a psychologist. He stated that students' performance in examination can be affected by the academic stress, which I have said before. And for the last one, the article that we searched, Ruthik JC stated that mental health can be improved with an application of moral support from the family, from the surrounding, from the friends, from the lecturers, and having a chill day, having a joy, fun, without stress, can boost up the performance in final examinations. That's why we cannot be stressed, and at the same time we hard work to pass all the subject.
Next, the third previous studies is lecturers' immediacy influence the examination performance of civil engineering students and every other students in general. From a journal that was published by Frontiers in Psychology, a research regarding the correlation between students' motivation in studies and teachers' verbal immediacy and non-verbal immediacy was conducted. Mehrabian described immediacy as communication behaviors that enhance closeness to and non-verbal interaction with another. According to Anderson and Anderson, encouraging students to actively participate, complimenting students' work, and interacting with students during and after classes are actions of a lecturer verbal immediacy. Meanwhile, non-verbal immediacy are behaviors such as smiling, making eye contact, and engaging physical gesture towards the students as stated by Chisbro and McCroskey. In a local study with regard to teacher immediacy and online course satisfaction in Malaysian higher education, the results stated that 36.2% of the change in course satisfaction was affected by perceived learning and instructor immediacy. Baker and Wingfield in 1999 concluded that the quality of the connection between students and instructors might have impacted on the students' examination performance as well as the school achievement. A research finding by Amuzagar in 2023 stated how satisfied and retained learners are impacted significantly by teachers' immediacy behavior. This positive behavior can create a more desired outcomes in the performance of students' examination as the students are reported to feel more motivated, attentive, and engaged during the classes. This study is fundamentally a quantitative study. The study employs a descriptive design where, according to Shrutika in 2023, trends, relationship, and patterns of the specific phenomenon are analyzed based on the numerical data and percentages gathered. The samples for the study are 100 undergraduate students from the Faculty of Civil Engineering, University Technology Marang. As stated earlier, a quantitative design sampling will be used. The simple random sampling technique will be applied and the samples will be distributed to the students randomly regardless of the gender and year of study. The questionnaire of the study will be consist of 4 parts with the demographic question as the first part. In this part, the respondents are required to fill in the personal details such as gender, year of study, and socio-economic status. As for the data analysis, there are 2 techniques of data analysis that will be used in the study, which are frequency statistic and the descriptive statistic. The frequency statistic will be presented graphically in histogram. Meanwhile, the descriptive statistic will be utilized to determine the mean from the results of admission. Lastly, for the data collection procedures, the samples are stored from the Civil Engineering Semester 4 WhatsApp group, Civil Engineering Telegram group, and personal contacts of seniors that are taking this course. Over the succeeding of 100 respondents' submission, the data analysis will be initiated. That is all from us. Thank you.